Hello and welcome to Pathik Lockdown video series part 2 episode number 10. Friends, today our topic is why do you fail at your goals, and we are going to explore this topic. Very many years ago I was staying at a 5-star hotel. It was an Indian brand. As soon as I entered the room I was pretty impressed because it matched global standards. The size of the room was huge. The mattresses were very comfortable and the bathrooms were ultra modern. I in fact gave them a feedback praising them. After a few months, I had the good fortune of meeting the architect of that wing of the hotel, and I complimented him for the great work he had done. He was also incidentally the architect who was the main architect when it came to building the Taj at Mumbai Kulaba. While I was complimenting him, he stopped me right then and there and he said, I actually don't deserve the whole of compliments because I have done only half of that work. At the execution stage, we left the project halfway. Out of curiosity, I asked him why. So he said, well, the owners were in a hurry to finish the project as they wanted to start selling the rooms as soon as possible. They wanted to gain in the revenue and they had huge interest costs, they had borrowings, and so they wanted to finish the project before time, and we refused to do that because when it comes to construction you have to take care of so many things like the waterproofing has to be done right and it needs time. You need to do the POP right, you need to do the painting right, otherwise in the long term it's going to just bounce back. I mean, there would be leakages and the paint is going to peel off, etc, etc. And how right he was, because after a few months again I had to go and stay in that hotel in the same wing, and when I entered the room, yes, the architect was right. There were leakages from the bathroom and the paint was peeling off. So the point is this, my dear friends, whenever we try to set goals, we all have deadlines, and we have been taught till now that come what may, you do whatever you want, you burn midnight oil, you use your resources, you use your will, you use your determination, but once you set a goal and once you set a deadline, you have to achieve it on the given deadline and hit the numbers. If that doesn't happen, something is wrong with you. The blame is fixed on you. And therefore, there could be a salesperson trying to achieve his targets and he has to hit the numbers before the year ends, and then he manipulates. Well, there you have an exam to give and you go to study, and if there is no time, then you skip some topics, but you still have to get those marks. Or if you have a production delivery to be made to the customer, you wind up the production somehow and just deliver it to the customer at the given deadline. But later on you do have to face consequences. There are customer grievances coming in, there are customer complaints, sometimes you get the marks but you don't get the knowledge in the exams. So in other words, we manipulate, and this process of manipulation leads to tremendous amount of stress. But there is no other alternative. At least most of us don't know of any alternative, and so we take the stress, we take the pressure, we somehow deliver it on the deadline, else failure is at stake and we are going to be blamed. So today we are going to explore what are those 4 factors that lead to you not achieving your goal. But before we do that, let me remind you, if you have still not subscribed to our channel, please do that right away, and don't forget to click on the bell icon so that whenever there is a next video you get a notification. In case you have missed the previous videos, you can go and click on the top left card and get the links for the previous videos, or you can also go to the playlists and you can find the links there. If you like the video, needless to say, please share it with all your friends and post your comments so that we know if you have any queries or what is your thinking and comments and opinions about the video. So now coming back to what are the 4 factors because of which you may fail to achieve your goals. Factor number 1, my dear friends, is lack of research. That means you straight away jump into the process of achieving your goal without doing enough research, without knowing exactly what needs to be done or how you're going to execute the plan to achieve your goal. So to give you an example, about 10 years ago or 15 years ago, owning a Honda City or a Honda Civic was a matter of great pride. I remember when I used to drive a Honda Civic at the signal, people used to actually peep in wanting to look inside because they wanted to have a look at a dashboard which looked almost like a cockpit of an aircraft. It was a marvelous car. Then there was Honda CR-V and then there was Honda Accord. But then after a few years, the diesel prices crashed down, and so Toyota came out with a lot of diesel cars because that was their USP. That was one of their strong vantage points. So they came out with so many mid-size cars which were diesel based, and just to keep up with the competition, Honda too jumped into the fray, and they had Honda Jazz, Honda Mobilio and Honda Amaze And because Honda did not have any diesel engine before that, and because they did not do enough research, this venture bombed, and Honda as a brand name got diluted in the market. It's no more the same Honda that it was 15 years ago now. So if you don't do proper research, even if you have a lot of resources, and even if you have a great reputation, all that cannot save you and help you to push through the whole process of trying to achieve your goal. Number two is lack of aptitude. You may not have the aptitude or the skills required to execute your plan to achieve your goal. I'm going to give you a very, very interesting example over here. This is a story shared by Navjot Singh Sidhu. He said it was about the second or third international tour of the god of cricket, Sachin Tendulkar. And they were going to face West Indies. And it had rained, so the pitch was wet. So nobody wanted to bat on that pitch. So while going for the toss, Navjot Singh Sidhu requested Azharuddin, who was the captain, ke do one good thing, but don't lose the toss. We don't want to bat on this pitch. So Azharuddin assured them, saying how, and he went there on the pitch. And after the toss, he signaled saying pad up. That means he had lost the toss, and they had to go and bat. So now Navjot Singh Sidhu and Sachin Tendulkar both are walking towards the pitch. And Navjot Singh Sidhu asked Sachin, saying ke kya karenge hum log? And Sachin says, kuch nahi, khelenge. So he says, pehla over kaun face karega? He says, tum karo. So Navjot Singh Sidhu said, I was shit scared. My heart was thumping because we had to face these West Indian bowlers who were like huge 6-footers, strong arms. And then we used to charge at you, you used to really feel scared. And when they bowled from such a height, because they were tall, it felt as if the ball is coming straight away from the sky, and that too with a huge pace. So he said, I was trying to face the ball, and I faced 7 balls. One of them was a no ball, he said. And rest of the 6 balls hit me at all different parts of my body. The bat could not touch the ball in any way. And somehow I defended my wicket. I was scared. And the scoreboard read 1 for no loss. Now the second over was supposed to be faced by Sachin, and Ian Bishop was supposed to bowl. Ian Bishop comes there charging and bowls. And before anybody could understand, Sachin charges down the pitch and hits it straight for a 6. The next ball goes for a 4. And Navjot Singh Sidhu is astonished. He says, "Tu kar kya raha hai yaar?" So then Sachin says, "तुम्ही तो बोला था ना पहले ओवर के बॉल टप्पा करने के बाद कहाँ जाता है पता नहीं चलता है. You don't know where the ball tosses after it touches the ground. So मैंने बॉल को टप्पा पड़ने ही नहीं दिया." Now to take the ball full toss before it touches the ground on a wet pitch is not an easy thing to do. That is something which even a seasoned batsman like Navjot Singh Sidhu did not have the competence to do, but Sachin had. So if you have grand goals and if you have great plans, you need to have commensurate skills also to deliver the plan. Factor number 3, which may stop you from achieving your goals, is simple. It's lack of discipline. Actually, I feel, people make a mountain of a molehill when they talk about discipline. They feel it's too tough a process. But as I have discussed in one of my previous videos, it's actually a very simple process. It's just consistency of doing limited work every day, but doing it every day, every single day. And if you do that, then achieving a goal is easy. But if you do that, if you don't do it, that could be one of the biggest hurdles. And that is the biggest hurdle for most of the people in this world who have great plans, who have great talent, but they are unable to deliver. And the last and the most important factor is the role of the environment. Sometimes the environment can play the villain. I mean, many a times the weather may not be right, the customers may not behave properly, the economy may not be good. There could be so many factors from the environment. In fact, that's the reason most of the plans in this world fail. Most of the plans. And because when you do planning, it's ultimately an intellectual exercise. But when you actually go to work on the field, a lot of unthought of factors enter into the whole scenario, and that is what makes the whole thing very, very tough and difficult. So these are 4 factors because of which you may not achieve your goal. So next time when you set a goal, please do not be armed only with willpower, determination and motivation to achieve your goals. You need to do 4 things. So to repeat, number 1, you need to do a lot of research. You need to find out anything and everything that is there to find out about the goal, and then make a detailed plan. I would say you should also have a plan B. But to do that, you need 2 things. You need a lot of knowledge, and once you get the knowledge, you need the ability to assimilate the knowledge and make the plan in anticipation on how things are going to roll out in the real world, and for which you need clarity of thinking. Now, if you have clarity of thinking, if you do great research, there are chances you may have a great plan. There is nothing in this world called a perfect plan. That's not possible. But you may have a great plan which, if you improvise, can help you to achieve your desired goal. The second factor over here, my dear friends, is of course you should make yourself competent enough to have those skills to deliver whatever goal you have set. Like for example, if you're an entrepreneur, you cannot be good only technically at the production side. You need to be skilled at the marketing side. You need to be skilled at the selling side. You need to know how to lead people. You need to know how to strategize, and most importantly, you need some knowledge or good knowledge about finance and handling money. If you don't have all this, down the line in your business journey, you are bound to face troubles, and that is exactly what happens. Third thing is again very simple, but simple is not easy. Just do what you said you will do every single day. If you promise and if you just do it every day, that can help you achieve your goals. Now you cannot be erratic over here. One day you do 10 things, and next day you do 5 things, and then you do 4 things, and then you do 20 things. It's better to have predictability being taught to your mind, where you do 4 things and do 4 every day. Like the great author Stephen King, he was giving an interview, and there was another author sitting right across him, and they asked him, how can you finish one book in a month? I have been trying to finish one book for the last 6 months. And he said, my formula is very simple. I have decided to finish 6 pages every day, and I take about 3-4 hours to do it. So he's not talking about working for 18 hours and 21 hours and having late nights, burning your midnight oil. He's simply talking about working to 4 to 6 hours every day, but finish 6 pages. Once you are done 6 for the day, you are done for the day. The next day again 6, and if you do that, it's pretty simple. Within a month, you can finish a book. Well, that's what discipline is all about. And then coming to the last and the most important factor, as I said, even the near perfect plans are bound to fail, because there will be factors beyond your consideration which are going to step in when you come to executing your goal. At such times, you need to learn from your failures and you need to adapt. If you have the ability to adapt, then you can achieve your goal. Like for instance, Sachin Tendulkar always wanted to become a pace bowler. But somewhere down the line he realized that's not possible. He adapted, he accepted and switched on to batting and became the god of cricket. Now this is easier said than done, to subdue your ego, to accept that you may not be able to achieve this and then switch on and adapt to the situation. It requires flexibility of attitude as well and good amount of humility. Mahendra Singh Dhoni is another example. He always wanted to be a batsman, but very soon his coach realized he's a good batsman, but he's not a great batsman. But then that's when he told him you should be a wicket-keeper batsman, because that's a rare combination to find. There are very few players who are great wicket-keepers and who are great batsmen, and that's what he did. And of course, after that, when he displayed his leadership skills, he took his career to the another level altogether. I'm sure you must not have heard of a platform called Odeo. It was a startup which failed miserably. But that company had created a platform so that the staff or the team members could communicate with each other, and so that the communication is fast and precise, they limited the size of the message only to 140 characters. Now Odeo failed, but the platform gained popularity and they sharpened it, and today we know it as Twitter. So if you have the ability to adapt and learn from what is not going right, then you can achieve your goals. If you follow these 4 steps, I can assure you, you will have to do less manipulation, you will have less stress, you will enjoy the whole process of achieving your goals, that will increase your confidence, and that will prompt you to aim for higher goals. I hope you have liked the video. If you have, please share it with your friends, mention your opinions in the comment section. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section. That's it for now, and see you in the next video in the next week. Thank you and bye-bye.